Hi everyone, happy new year. I know you can see the title, so I won't bury the lead. I am going to start a Patreon, which I know that 90% of you watching are likely not going to join, so I wanted to reassure right off the bat. The hope is that you will notice nothing different here. If I have done my job well, then you shouldn't even know that it exists other than me mentioning it a few times. But my Patreon is something that I floated around. You heard me talk about it during Vlogmas, and I was not expecting the overwhelming response of the dozens of people who said they would subscribe. So I've curated what I hope is a reasonable and an exciting list of things to offer on Patreon. So I just wanted to talk through them today to clarify what exactly it means and what you could expect from each tier. But once again, I know a lot of people are not going to join. That is totally fine. You can think of my Patreon as compensating me for additional bonus content, because my current YouTube channel is going to stay the exact same. It's going to be all of the books that I read, all of the books that I haul, all of my reviews, my favorites of the year, interspersed with the lifestyle content that I've been including more and more. So none of that is going to change, but I will have 2 tiers on Patreon that are going to be additional support. So if you join that first tier, which will be $5 a month, and they're both unnamed, so this might be a democracy. If anyone has any suggestions for what to name these tiers, then we will welcome that and we can discuss amongst ourselves. This first tier will have a lot of bonus content. So first and foremost, it'll be deleted scenes from my vlogs, which will include things like grocery hauls, Q&As, like when I fold my clothes, or random tangents that I go off on, just because I want to keep my main videos to 20 or 30 minutes. So if it goes way above that, you'll be getting it on Patreon instead. And those will be posted around the time that the vlog goes live, so it'll be like deleted scene from this thing that just went live. Also, I know back in the day, like my Snapchat vlogs used to be a lot of people's interest, so I want to bring back like a chatty vertical style video. So you'll be getting story times, or when I take my medicine, a little reminder to take your medicine. So just more of those like casual, unedited phone videos. And speaking of that, there will be more cat content. So for those of you who don't feel like you get enough of Rosie, Gordo, and Sharpie, I will be posting more cat videos to the first tier. Also, I've never done this before, but I've been very interested in doing it. I will have live streams once a month that'll just be for reading sprints. I need some accountability in making sure that I read. So at least once a month, I want to be able to hop on live and just set up a timer and we all just read together silently. So I think that that would be fun. And I'm not against doing it publicly on my channel, so depending on how that goes, I might also do it a couple times a year on my main channel. Finally, in the first tier, you will also be able to participate in polls and comment sections and things like that to help me curate my upcoming video ideas, both Patreon exclusive and the main channel, and also help me choose my TBR. So I will be leaning on you guys to ask, what should I read next? So that is tier 1, all of that for $5 a month. I hope to give several updates per month, make it worth your while. But if you wanted to go a step further than that, I do have a second tier that's $10 a month, mainly because this is going to be a lot more of a personal deep dive into my content. So you'll be unlocking some things that mean a lot to me. So that includes access to all of my journaling videos that I've privated, as well as any additional journal content that will be forthcoming. I will caveat that that will probably be a bit sparse, but when I do flip throughs in the future or journal with me or any content around that, the second tier will have access to that. I should say all of this is in addition to what the first tier gets, so this is added benefits, because in addition to getting the monthly live stream that's just reading sprints and reading together, there will also be a live stream that's chatty and Q&A and we get to know each other, and maybe there's a game night or guest appearances, so that will be a lot more of a chatty one. And then also in the second tier, it will be dedicated additional videos. So whether those are like TBRs and wrap-ups, or my monthly favorites, or get ready with me's, fully additional book recommendations and reviews, there's gonna be a bit of a line here where I don't want to step on the toes of what I would post on my main channel, but if it's anything that's out of the usual scope of what I would do on YouTube but I'm still interested in trying it, I'm gonna offer it to the people who have dedicated that they want more from me. So you guys on the second tier will be getting that. Once again, feel free to throw name suggestions at me for these. And finally, in the second tier, very close and dear to me, is I want to start a weight loss journey series, but that is something that's very vulnerable for me and I'm sure will have a lot of emotional moments. So I wanted to make that something that was exclusive to people I trusted the most. So that will be exclusive to the second tier as well. There's also a lot that I could offer that I'm just not really sure how to do yet, like ad-free content, early video access, Discord chats people have mentioned, but I have no idea how to do that, as well as like the written blog posts if we want to have like written content. This will definitely be a trial and error and a learning process. So because of that, all of this obviously is subject to change the more that we get into a groove of it. But I wanted to say, because this is new for all of us and I know you're probably curious what this will look like, I am gonna offer a free trial for the first tier for 7 days that Patreon will handle. So if you want to know what that looks like, obviously I'm still ramping up and posting content, but you can check out a free trial of that first tier until February 1st. So if you want to save it until like the end of January where I might have more things posted, that might be the way to go. That's really everything. I just wanted to share the good news, Wicked style. Good news! This is totally new for me, and I'm gonna be honest, I am very concerned that it will be a lot to deliver, and my biggest fear is I don't want to let people down, and I don't want you to feel like it's not worth the money. So it's gonna be a learning curve for me to adjust to making twice as much content, but I'm ready. I think Vlogmas has really affirmed that I have an audience who cares about me, which is so touching. And as much as you're willing to listen to me, I am willing to provide me yapping at a camera. So as always, all of my proceeds are going toward my student loans. So this is just another step in making me feel more financially secure. So the too long didn't read of this video is, I know most of you are not going to do this, and that is totally fine, but I'm so glad that you stayed to listen anyway. Always welcome your feedback. Hold me accountable. If you notice my content slipping in the next few weeks and you're concerned, holler at me. I will gladly welcome that feedback. But I hope to see you again, whether that's on YouTube or now on my Patreon. This feels so crazy to actually have done, because I've been working on this in the background for like months. I'll see you around the internet. Bye guys!